Hello! Are you ready to enjoy a video about flatware? No? Well, it's too late because the YouTube algorithm has brought you to me. So we're gonna do it. Okay, if you're a fellow flatware enthusiast like I am, well then you might appreciate this video. Gense is a Scandinavian company that makes different types of cutlery sets, and they sent me a few and just asked me if I would make a video about it, to which I agreed because I just think cutlery is interesting. The Focus Deluxe here is kind of like your cool mid-century modern 1955 style vibe, whereas the Nobel set is the one they used at the Nobel Banquet. And then they also sent me their Animal Friends collection, which is for kids. And I don't have any kids, so this will be interesting. I'm just a child. I don't know what I'm doing. That's a big slab of broccoli. So first we have the Focus Deluxe set here, which is from a 1955 design by Folk Arstrom. Led Gense, the factory from the 1940s to like the 1960s approximately, and he is responsible for this design. It is actually an 18/8 flatware, meaning that it's a step down from the 1810 grade, which you would see in restaurants or commercial grade stuff. Doesn't mean that it's that much different, but it's a little bit lighter in the hands because of that. It's a little more casual feeling. Also with the palm handle here, which is some type of acetite plastic. Don't quote me on that. It is super weird how short the knife is on this thing. It's like half the length of what you would expect on a normal knife. It's also not serrated. It's just straight up slice. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. If you can imagine blood spurting out of my finger if you want to. Look at the spoons here. The tablespoon, and then this is the teaspoon. They look like one was made for dolls because it's the same exact style, it's just much smaller. It's almost like comically smaller. I would probably use this big one. I just think the teaspoon's very small. The forks are almost the same size. I guess your salad fork and this is your main dinner fork. There is not a big difference in size there. Look at the difference here. And then look at the massive difference in the spoons here. Like the height is significantly different. And then we have like what I would kind of consider Gense's flagship design here. This is the Nobel set. This is designed by Gunnar Siren. But he was a pretty influential Swedish designer. He did a lot of glassware and silversmithing in 1991 for the 90th anniversary of the Nobel Prize Banquet. And they actually have a gold-plated one, I think, from the way the images look. The only one I found for sale is actually just the normal stainless steel version. Now these are actually 1810 steel, so these are a restaurant quality commercial grade. Like the only way you can really truly know is like the bend test. Like if it resists all bending, like this, you know it's 1810. If you go to Walmart and you buy a cheap set that's not 1810 or even 18/8, those things they'll just snap in half basically if you do that. They're heavier in the hand when you eat with them, so they're a little more substantial. When you put it in your mouth, it's a little more pushing on the edges of your lip, unless you have a huge mouth. It's got this nice matte surface here, and then it finishes up on a glossy. It just feels regal. These are a little more stabby. You can get into things a little bit more with these. I don't know if I would want to eat with the Nobel set every day. It feels like you should use these for when you have a really fancy meal set up. I'm just a child. I don't know what I'm doing. That's a big slab of broccoli. These, my God, these are playful and fancy at the same time. These are 18/8 steel. They're stamped on the back, Gense 18/8. What I assume they're made for children. And they're very cute. You have a bunny, a cat, a bear, and then you've got a monkey. The knife here, I will point out, is flat. You cannot slit your fingers on this. It's totally flat, just like the rest of the flatware. So it's just, I don't know, kids using knives. This piece, I have no idea what to do with it though. This is a monkey piece, and it looks like it's like a rake for raking your food or something. I didn't know. Do kids do this? So we're gonna eat a meal with it and see what this is like, because I have no clue. I actually called my friend and showed him a picture of this flatware, and he has a 2-year-old, and his first impression was they would just smack this, they would throw this, and they would just see it as like a hammer. Somebody who's not gonna throw it across the room because they're substantial pieces of metal. Like the only thing I could see you really doing is like actually these cat's ears might be a little stabby, so be careful with those. Like you could poke your eyes out maybe, I don't know. Don't try that, and don't tell your kids that, because then they'll get that idea. Let's try these out. All right, so I have what I think would be kids' food. I have chicken nuggets with some broccoli and cheese. This is also probably what I eat as an adult, I'm not gonna lie. If you were a kid, you probably don't have the fine motor skills that I do, so I'm gonna try and eat this like I'm a child and I just have a fist. Spoon, I know you probably wouldn't use a spoon for this, but that is weird. Okay, so here's a spoon. I'm a little baby. Maybe this would be too difficult for a baby. They'd be making a mess. There you go. A nice piece on the baby set. In it goes. Down it went. So yeah, that was fine. It feels smooth on my lips. It's not gonna cut me or anything. All right, let's try the fork. You know what I like about the little animals here is it kind of gives you an extra little grip. If you were gonna grab it with 4 hands, like you got a little extra grip there. It's kind of nice. Like it, hey, it works. That chicken is dry. And it's cold because it took me forever to get out of the oven and then film it at the same time. That's fine. Can't stab myself with it. I'm just a little baby. This is fine. Still don't know how to use the rake here. That's what I'm gonna call it. We're gonna call this a rake. So you can use it to separate your food, I guess. Like if you wanted to mix it up. I don't know what they would do this. I don't know what a kid would use this for. There you go, raking up the food. Can you stab with it? Nope. Dear God, if you know how to use this thing, you should let me know because I don't know what I'm doing with it. I just know it's a happy little monkey. What are your secrets, monkey? You taught me with your smile and your mysterious rake that I do not know how to use. And then you got the knife. Let's say I need to cut something with my little child knife here. Oh, we're screwed. Okay, I'm gonna, well, you know what? These steamed broccoli things are not bad, and they're actually pretty easy to cut. You just kind of push through it. You know, I don't know how children eat. This is probably not accurate because I found it impossible to eat with that. So if I just eat with these normally, these are too fancy for children. Like, these are the fanciest. Like if you were at a dinner party, this would be such a flex to pull out. Like my kid has the fanciest flatware you could imagine, and it's specifically made for children. So like, it's kind of fun. Like I can appreciate it on that level, but man, like, I don't know. It works. Honestly, you know, it's all just cutlery. I don't know if your guests would notice. It's more of like this understated experience that you enjoy giving to people, or picking something up and knowing that it's, the value is anyways. One thing I will say about these is these are all made in the PRC, China. I would always love to see pieces that are actually made in Sweden, but I do know that cutlery would probably be 4 times as expensive, so I don't know if you'd want to spend that. You know, a set like this would probably, instead of being like 200 something, would probably be like 500 to 600, just because of differences in labor costs. I don't know, it's nice stuff. And I do appreciate that it has a history with the Nobel Prize, and that Gense is kind of a cool design collective. If you are looking for some interesting Scandinavian, Swedish flatware, cutlery, look no further. You got options here. So anyways, thanks for being here. Let me know if you made it to the end. I know most of you aren't going to watch this, but that's okay, because we're just having fun here. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment, say hello, say which piece you like more, the Focus Deluxe, the kids set, or the Nobel. So thanks, bye.